Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to On the Couch Dream Stream with JJ, Kevin, Debbie, and me. And happy Father's Day, too, guys.
Yeah, happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's Day. Happy Pride Month. Tomorrow, happy Juneteenth. There's a lot of stuff going on. So,
Yeah. I have I made a little flyer for Juneteenth. And
oh, I did too.
it's all ready to go. It's ready to go.
I don't know if I'm going to post it tonight or tomorrow. I guess I'll wait till tomorrow. So, I don't know. But yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. And there was the homework assignment, if anybody decided to do that. And if you did, wonderful. And we'll get to all that. But I did pin something at the top, letting everybody know, put your dream aspects in all caps, remain in the chat in case we need to ask you anything.
Yes.
And or get any clarification or feedback. And everything is taken in no particular order at all. So
JR says Debbie has all the flags.
Right, you really do. Like if the wind starts blowing over there, you'll just take flight.
That's right.
You'll be gone.
I'll just be gone.
It'll be awesome. No, love all the and you even got the diversity version in there back there.
I do.
Yeah, like that.
Awesome.
Okay, so yeah, guys. So how are you all doing?
I actually had a dream. Can I share mine?
Yes, please do.
Okay, it's really short. It was so in nature how like mandala type things happen like naturally, like a snowflake or whatever. So there were these symbols that showed up in my dream, and they were more white than gold, but it was like in between white and gold. And that's so it had like this beautiful pitch to it. And so these symbols showed up, and it's let me think here for a second. My language just really wants to pop out today, but yeah, they were really important symbols. And that's the color white and gold. And it was for it's time for these symbols to come out. So I guess I'll say it like that.
Okay. Oh.
Kevin, Debbie, do either of you want to share anything you wanted to?
I didn't dream. I don't recall a dream last night. That might be partly. Yeah, I'll share this. I'm doing. I was just sharing before we started the live. I'm doing some classes about the Akashic records, and so I kept my records open last night as I went to bed, and so I woke up from quite a intense dream that I don't have a recall of, and then I got another hour and a half of sleep, and then I felt like I was in that. It was very grounding, so heavy in a positive grounding way, nothing fearful. So when I woke up, I closed my records, and yeah, so that's it. I don't have any recall of a dream, but wow. When it's like you dreamed, but you don't know what it was. It's like, and it just feels good. So that's what I want to say. How about you, Deb?
I did a lot of work, and I was very active last night in my dream state. Feel like I was working a lot, kind of like more of a collective situation going on here, as well as my own. But as far as the healing, but connecting in, now. I didn't write it down, so of course I don't remember the details. I need to do that, especially on Dream Stream. I'm going to get in trouble.
You're so grounded.
I'm so grounded right now. But the main thing that was the sacral chakra being worked on. And for myself, but also it was shown for others as well, that sacral chakra, kind of like that groundwork there. Kind of like hints of the past that still kind of are going like this, that need to be released, that no longer serve you, type of feel to it. So that's kind of where it was taking me last night. But it was really great to be with everybody. That was evident, and I just feel like a lot of work was being done.
I'm sure there was a lot of work being done for sure. Okay, I was a nerd. I wrote down my stuff, which is huge for me, because I think as we do these, I get more involved with it. So I actually wrote down probably too much. I feel like I'm going to monopolize like the whole thing if I say what I got here. So maybe I should not say what I got and just
channel, girl, monopolize.
Huh?
We want to hear it.
We want to hear it all. No edits.
Okay. So I'm like kind of nervous too. Okay, so I attempted to draw again, okay, because I saw something. Because the whole thing was the homework, guys. If you all didn't know, the assignment was to see what colors come in, how it relates to healing for you, your chakras, all that stuff, right? And when I was, I drew what I was seeing when I was trying to bring in the colors. And this is, it's not in color, but I was like, picture all these little guys. Do you see the little shapes there?
Oh, yes. Yep.
It was like I tunneled through like all these weird shapes that mean like, I don't even know what they mean. They're like no particular shape. So I was like going through those, and I saw indigo, violet, and green were the three things that I saw. And then at one point in the dream, I saw clouds above me. And I guess I'm starting to learn that I have a tendency to look down and see how I look in the dream, what I'm wearing, what I look like and all that. I saw my own hands, but they didn't look like my hands. And they looked like they were putting on, I couldn't figure out if sheets, like bed sheets were flowing over them, or if I was putting on like lotion or so. It was like this weird flow of some sort, right? Don't know. At some point I was at a state fair or a carnival setting, pushing a grocery cart, which makes no sense. And there was a turtle, a green turtle. So I guess maybe more green, right? And whatever the turtle would symbolize. This turtle doubled as a rabbit, and it would jump. And I was trying to get the turtle in my cart. Don't know, guys. So the turtle was jumping and trying to get in my cart. And then another part of the dream, it was more of a barbecue. My parents were there. I think that's probably reflective of the day today. This would be barbecue day, probably. Mom and dad were there. They were chatty, which is unusual. They don't usually say a whole lot, just a little bit of something. So that was nice. I think that was a visitation. And then toward the end of the dream, I was hitchhiking. I jumped on the back of a motorcycle with some random dude, and I felt uncomfortable where he was taking me, because he intended to take me long distance. And I said, just drop me off here. I've got this. So I jumped off of the motorcycle. But I wrote a little note next to that, because we got motorcycles. It's kind of the season here. Everybody's kind of on a bike, and sometimes outside noises get into my dream. So I think that might have happened, is what I got. So that was all mine was. Don't know, guys. Take that. That's all. There's a little bit more, but that's the highlights.
What's a little bit more?
What's a little bit more?
Yeah.
Let's see. A little bit more was about the clouds that were over me. They were stretching and constricting. I saw them getting wider and then really small. And with the, at some point, I mean, I'm going to go there. With the hand stuff, I wasn't sure if a sex thing was about to happen because those sheets were like all over the place. I didn't know if it was venturing into that kind of a dream. But it never quite went there. If it did, I don't remember it at all. But it got kind of sexy at the end with the hand stuff. So I don't know. But that's the more that I had.
Okay. Thank you.
When you said that you went through the tunnels, that reminded me that I went through those symbols. It was like a thing to go through.
Ooh.
When you initially showed the symbols that you drew, I was like, they bridged it over to what JJ was seeing in the symbols.
I love that. And I felt like I was connecting with somebody when I was doing that tunneling, and it did more of that stuff that I do where in my dream, I see faces. I don't know these people. Could have been some of you guys in there. I was really interested in the fact that I didn't really physically see the three of you there, but I felt like you were there. Felt like you were there, but I didn't see you. At one point, I thought I heard JJ, but I'm not so sure. I wish I could have gone back to that. But yeah, there you go.
Did you see what Carol said?
Well, dang, Lisa, the only sex I have these days are dream next for her. Right. I think something was about to go down, or it did. I don't know. Yeah, it did. It got real sexy in there somewhere. So
Okay. Did you want to go, Kevin, or do you want me to? With Lisa's dream.
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, go ahead.
So the heart chakra involved in here with that green continually coming up, but it fits as well. So that heart chakra is really in motion right now for you, and obviously, but also with the turtle and the rabbit, this is about movement, making a move. Sometimes you're the turtle, sometimes you're the rabbit. And then wrapping that heart chakra around this, there's so many things attached to this movement for you. And the motorcycle, you weren't driving, someone else was driving this for you. And it was not comfortable. So it's just like kind of revisiting that a little bit about taking back the reins somewhere with that. I'm not sure that the motorcycle is attached to the heart chakra and the turtle and rabbit. I feel like there's several things going on in your heart chakra. And I feel like that's I feel like that one's more attached to work. My team said that part is attached to your
the
work.
motorcycle part.
Yes, the motorcycle part. So I'm going to leave that with you, whatever's going on there. But the turtle and rabbit has something to do with, two things are showing me: a move, and then also movement in your own, like making even the littlest decisions. Right. So you're going, it's kind of like turtle, rabbit. Yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm gonna turn off.
And it's almost like I was chasing the turtle, which is so reverse of what a turtle does, right? So I was literally with my little cart trying to get the turtle.
Yeah, you were trying to get the turtle. You're wanting
it was hopping, it was jumping over the cart. It was
So you were wanting things to slow down. Like you feel like it's you want a little bit more handle maybe on that. So that's kind of also, it's a little bit surfacey, but that, at least that's kind of where the energy I felt like when you were, what I was getting when you were
Gotcha.
talking about
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See, I told you mine was too.
But the healing area that your team wanted to bring to you was the heart chakra. So that's where the healing is going for you.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, I do. I feel like my heart's gonna leap right out of my body. Hopefully it doesn't.
Mm.
It needs to stay inside.
It needs to stay there.
Yeah. Is my mic volume okay, you guys?
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, I have a private chat.
It was fun. It kind of goes to what you were getting, Debbie. I just want to point out this one comic because I think there's something there. It's so cool. It's in the music, Diana. Lisa, could you have been remote viewing and dreaming at the same time?
Actually, when I woke up, I considered that mainly with the hand stuff. It really felt like that was not quite me, but kind of sorta. So it because I can control my body parts. I couldn't control my hands. So those weren't my hands, I don't think. So that's different because usually I can control everything in the dream. But this was something where I was more I was kind of to the side. Well, actually, I was back. Like if I was standing behind myself and watching someone's movements, it was like that. That's how it looked from my point of view. But yeah, when I tried to move my hands to see if that was me, they were just doing their own thing. So yeah, that could have very well have been something like that. And it had that kind of little portal feel, like those little things I drew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if your spirit team has you remote view through them on occasions like this, because since you're a dreamer.
Fun. Okay.
The thing with that, Lisa, you can do that when you're awake too. So
Yeah.
if you're doing it in your dreams, you can also access.
There it is.
Looking through their vision. You can step into and allow them to take you where you need to go.
I just need to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, but you can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's called remote viewing.
It's the name. Gotcha.
Nailed it.
Yeah, right.
Wait, let me get my. Yeah.
Captain Obvious.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. All right.
Okay.
Well, let's see what everybody else has, I guess, if we're done with that.
I want to dive in. Let's go. You want me to go first?
Go for it, please.
Hang
on.
Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Wayne.
Dreamt I was at work, and there was a group of high school girls. They're also working in sports uniforms. So they were working in these uniforms that were green, yellow, and orange. So you're talking your sacral, your solar, and your heart chakra. That your spirit team is working and bringing healing and open flow there for you.
Immediately, that's really making me think of his awakening. He's because I'm thinking more along the lines of with high school, you know, kind of learning and it's like he's doing his freshman year of healing is kind of
interesting.
Yeah, but that's exciting. That's really exciting, Wayne. The sports uniforms, that gives me the whole like it's very like your team is really inspiring you. They're really cheering you on.
I like that.
Being really supportive. Oh, what are you guys getting?
there's definitely this feel also when you're bringing in the idea of bringing healing and open flow to any challenges in the sacral, the solar, and the heart. That there's possibly some things that your spirit team wants you to surrender, and from your from some narrative that it's something about aging up and surrendering some of that youthfulness, needing to be in that youthful space, because it's such a beautiful space to be in our ages. But when we continue to want to be here, we miss out on here. So now that's metaphor. So you put it where it fits, Wayne. But it's some of that. It's some of that, and really, like Lisa was saying, this is just a beautiful time of awakening and wisdom for you. So. Mm-hmm.
He said, yes, I have a lot of surrendering to do. I'm just now seeing the private thing in there.
All good. Sorry, Deb, were you done?
I am. Yep.
Yeah. So I pulled the radical acceptance card, and I think that speaks to that aspect of the surrender. They're also drawing this, it's kind of like they're actually using ants. So they're using ants, and they're going from your, from the sacral, I think you said orange. Yeah, the sacral. And they're going up to your heart. And they, when Deb was saying that part about aging up, they're bringing this energy to your heart chakra. So low blood pressure, high blood pressure, in that we can draw healing for ourselves in this, they're saying. And then they showed me all of the players that were there. I think you said the group of high school girls, they all have their backs turned, and they're all wearing the number 5 on their backs. So the 5 is about that change. And I think this draws into, you're a teacher, Wayne. And so your ability to teach people is just there by nature. And so it's like your participation, your invite to have them turn around to be in your offering is part of that leveling up, that aging up, that change in what you're experiencing spiritually. So you get to decide if you step into that or not, but it's there for you. It's there for you.
I'm writing down like the colors everybody says, but I'm also writing down the animals as well.
Oh.
I'm really curious to see how many animals we get. So if anybody had animals or colors, just put it on the side. But I was focusing on the four layers of self. Well, there's actually 5 for the unknown, but the 4 layers of self, and they. So there's physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. They took me to the spiritual part, and they said that they really wanted to focus on the color orange out of the ones that you mentioned, orange. And so I learned something from the Empath Academy with Dr. Michael Smith, and he always talks about launching an investigation. So when you think about the color orange, what does it feel like? You know, can you feel anything about the color? Can you taste it? What does it taste like? What does it sound like, if it has a sound or a song or a story? Like, listen to the story of the color orange. And those are the things they want to just recommend for you. Just playing around with that color or each of those colors. They just said for me to bring orange in. I like that orange is like an action color. You know, it's not something that you kind of relax with. So I like that. I like that. But they were also talking about those colors, and they were waves of color, like a river or a stream, which also has to do with the spiritual part of it as well, which taps into, I can't remember who said it, but tapping into the gifts that you have.
Mm-hmm. Taro asks backwards, says orange tastes like creamsicles. That's exactly what I thought when you're like,
That's right.
Orange tastes like creamsicles. Wayne, I hope this was helpful to, and I just want to reiterate here that your spirit team is talking to you and working with you, and hopefully just part of this time on Dream Stream that you really embrace that, because they're bringing in full-on healing and messages and all kinds of direction through our dreams. So yeah.
That takes me back to Lisa's dream, in that sometimes in the humanness, when our spirit team is communicating with, we can dismiss, we can miss, deny, ignore, all of that, confuse, overanalyze. That the higher self is often the layer that just gets it so perfect. There is no misinterpretation of it. And so I feel like that goes back to part of the demonstration that they were doing with Lisa's dream. And that's a beautiful place to be, in that clarity. And where Debbie was saying in the, we have the ability to do that in the awake state as well. That part about, I think it was talking about the remote viewing,
Yeah.
but so reminder for us that we can be that pure, clear channel in the awake state as well. So and it's not separate from any of us.
Yes.
Whatsoever. Mm-hmm.
All right. Someone else's turn to pick.
Lisa, did you have anything to add to Wayne's, or?
No, and for whatever reason, I am just like totally wrapped up in my own dream. I'm going to be thrown off this whole show, guys, because I really paid attention this time, and it's not the norm for me. I never record as much as I did this time ever my entire life. In fact, I'm like so anti notes on anything. So it's just fresh in my mind. I can see everything, and aspects of my dream are coming back as all you're talking. So that's why I'm a little messed up.
Keep taking those notes then. We got you.
That's why I'm writing. I'm writing everything you got. I mean, I could probably watch the video again, but I am writing things as you all are talking because I'm remembering more. So
I think that's
maybe
really
that's the meetup. Maybe that was the meetup, you know? So yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, I cut you off, JJ. What were you going to say?
No, I was just saying that's appropriate, especially when these things are followed by the healing light. Yeah, that's what happens.
Perfect.
We all tap into each other's stuff. We're all like a little piece of the puzzle.
Right.
JJ, do you want to pick someone then?
Yeah, actually I do. I have a yes and no eye if anyone is here and they see me doing this and they don't know me.
Her eyes say yes or no.
Mm-hmm. Or she's winking at you. I don't know.
I am. Waiting for the yes eye.
How you doing?
Okay. Is it somebody? Okay, it's for somebody who hasn't who didn't post something yet. But I'm just wondering if there's one or more of you that are having throat issues. Like, throat issues meaning you get that lump in your throat. Oh, and it's Father's Day. It's not me. So just let me know if anybody is having a hard day because of the day. No, that's not it. Anybody who has got that like throat thing going on.
I say that. Well, that's.
But yeah, I'll pick somebody. I do love Richie's. Can I do Richie's?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. I
Mm.
can't wait to do that one. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think I can't click on it.
Hi, Connie.
Oh, you can't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you want me to? Do you got it, Lise?
Got it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If you want to start with that, JJ, and then I'll switch if you're going to read them out,
Oh, yeah.
and then I'll switch to those two.
Okay, Richie. My dream, I saw you four sitting in a dark space, not negative, just dark. Kevin and JJ had hands on the ground with earth in the heart space. The energy was going down, and I heard it has to go deep. Then I saw Debbie had a ball of white light above her and a white feather, and she was moving the energy up. Lisa's stomach area was glowing red as she was pushing the energy out. Not sure what all that means. I tried to reconnect to that dream after going to the bathroom, but wasn't able to.
I hate that.
I hate that.
Bathroom break always interrupts those dreams.
Ah.
It does happen.
The colors are.
I hope Richie's here. Richie would be here, I think. But
Right.
Yeah,
Richie
Richie would
on
never
that.
leave us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're dealing with the colors, you have the root chakra and the crown chakra at play here. I feel like there's, I know that we were in the dream, but we represent different parts of you, Richie.
Mhm.
And so what's happening here is different things in motion. And I do sense that you are a healer, an energy healer. So you can move energy, right? An energy mover. I don't know. Healer, move. There's a combo here with you, Richie. But that being said, to look at the rest of these, breaking that down and looking at the different, with and the white feather, and and Richie, I don't know your spiritual language, but so I would say, working with angels and moving healing energy, but you can, whatever your light beings. Oh, and she was pushing energy. Well, there you go. I forgot that part. Yeah. So that combination of everyone. And and then Kevin and JJ on the ground doing hands on the ground. That is all that is healing. That is shamanic energy healing. Literally.
Yeah, there's 3 parts to what Richie has in here. I love that we were all assigned a little bit of something. It feels like such a well-rounded shamanic healing type
It
of
really
dream.
is.
And it's as if every aspect of Richie was projected onto all 4 of us in a certain way.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of on the fence that each specific thing is necessarily specific to each of us. I think it is all part of Richie.
Yeah.
It's definitely all part of Richie.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this dream. Yeah, I don't know what much more to say about. Now I have a question though, because I am still learning a lot of stuff on my own. I never claim that I know everything. Every chakra kind of has its own assigned color. So if someone is assigning a color that's not necessarily part of that chakra, do you lean more toward the meaning of the color or more toward what chakra it is?
The color.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You always go with the color.
Yeah. The only reason I'm really sticking with chakras today is because that was part of the homework.
Gotcha.
And our spirit teams set it up that way, that we would receive
Okay.
specific colors for specific chakras.
Love that. Okay.
And so I'm hearing also, and I don't see him in the chat at all. Richie, I can't
I
believe
don't think he's here. I said he was.
Richie!
Okay. Yeah.
He knows the rules.
Richie, you know the rules.
Richie's going through the spank machine next time.
But
we do
I
this.
see I see you working with the Kundalini type of approach to this energy movement.
Mm.
So I hope you come back and listen to that because pretty cool dream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel he might be listening now, but can't access the.
Okay.
And I just have the, just to reiterate, to echo, they placed, I could see this sacred geometry, and you're in the center of that, Richie. So you're not separate from all of these aspects in whoever does show up in that. You're actually the center. And the one little bit of messaging around it is just around your own apprehension. And so they're wanting to lessen that, and you just really being in the reclaiming fully in this lifetime of your gifts. Yeah, you're the white light. So the white light that you were seeing, I think that was around Debbie as well. They're really putting you in that white light, Richie.
Mm-hmm.
And with that pushing of energy, I was thinking a lot about the release, lots of release.
And that's that Kundalini thing.
Yeah.
That push up, and then yeah.
Some of the throat is yours, Richie. They're bringing scratch the throat, Richie.
Lots of people in the chat were saying they were having
Yeah.
some throat stuff today too. I forgot to mention that. Well, everybody.
Throat stuff, yeah.
I didn't want to
So
interrupt
you were tapping in on a lot of people, JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say the part I'm focusing on, Richie, is the part that I played, that Kevin and I played with our hands on the ground. And it's almost, it's the same as Lisa and my dreams. I don't even know if that's real English. Okay. Anyways, thinking about our dreams and the things that we went through, like a tunnel or like sacred geometry or whatever. What I'm seeing is Kevin and I, and when you said that you need to go, like that energy needs to go deep or whatever, it's almost as if the way I see it is Kevin and I are opening up, and I got goosebumps. Like we're holding space for you. And that's the direction, like the earth medicine, like what Debbie was saying, is the part that I'm focusing on. It's something like something to go through for spiritual stuff. What else was I going to say? I also like the idea of working on different planes. Like even if, so different planes, I would say means, so Debbie was going up. Kevin and I were going down, and with Lisa, especially with the red, the red belly, I kind of feel like that's just the plane, like in the middle. So you have the upper world, the middle world, and the underworld, which means if I was holding and Kevin were holding space for you to go below, yeah, I would say that definitely go for a meditation to the underworld, which I always thought that was like a scary thing until I started doing spiritual stuff. And I really like taking the shamanic journeys to the underworld. That's where you get a lot of, actually, I believe there's some akashic things down there. Lots of treasures down there.
Wow.
I like what Nikki says here. I read somewhere to crumble a piece of paper in a ball and throw it if you wake up, and when you go back to sleep, the dream will continue. I'm going to try that.
Wow.
Nikki, I like it.
Love all the dream tricks. There's all kinds of dream tricks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Richie, blessings to you.
Mhm.
Yeah, Richie.
Oh, Kevin, your turn.
Okay. Starhawk. Dreamt I was hurrying to dress and get to the
ER.
ER. It was time. On the back of my hand, under the skin, was a snake. I knew it was time for it to birth. Dreamt this several times in one night. Wake often. Wow.
Okay.
Hands.
Okay.
There's a snake. Hmm.
Yeah, the snake from what I learned in the shamanic sense was the snake always comes in to like gobble up what is no longer needed and then sheds.
Mhm.
Let me see.
Ooh, I like that you said that because I was focused on the fact that she kept referring to time. And you know, when a snake sheds their skin, it's such a there's a time when that happens, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's on the out of the levels that I think about, it's on the spiritual level.
And there's a second part. The snake was a vivid yellow with brown spots. I could see its tongue flickering under my skin. There was no fear, just excitement.
Hmm.
I later learned it was Belizean eyelash snake. We want to move there. Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
Cool.
And it's time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, I love that. No fear, the excitement
Ooh.
is powerful. Mhm.
Yeah, and the community is talking about Kundalini,
Yeah.
Oh.
which was part of Richie's too, right?
Yeah.
And
I'll just go because I feel like that the ER stands out to me in that like urgency to follow the knowing, to kind of answer the call. They are showing me I am underground again in this. So a continuation from the last one in that energy of the underworld, being really supportive, that medicinal and transformational answering of like the inner truth is that one aspect of the energy of that snake. And so you're living it, and so that's why there is no fear in that. It is the excitement because you're living it. So this is if you can see your own future, you're seeing your own future, and they're not separate, and it's not separate from right now. Yeah, I don't know if you you want to move there. I feel like you're going to move there. I feel like you're already there in the energy. And if time were real, yeah, knowing that you're already there. I don't know if that just made any sense or not, but
It totally did.
there you have it.
With that ER aspect, you know, that it goes back to the healing, right? Healing on some level for you. I wrote down transformation and starting over for you too. There's something surrounding transformation on this. I do agree 100% with the excitement of it all. And you probably are already mentally there. You're ready and it's time. So that feels like you are definitely moving forward, at least mentally, if you're not physically moving forward quite yet. And you have a really good sense of where you want to go, why you want to go, and how the hell you want to get there. And that's like the perfect scenario. And you also have the ability to recognize if you need to do any self-care. And I think that's part of that ER thing too. You know, something came up and you're like, I should probably go. So you're ready to go, is what I'm getting.
Sounds good. All of that. My spirit team took me in a different direction with this stream for you. But it's not to negate dreams are layers.
There's always an angle. There's always an angle.
There's always angles to it and different things here. So it's an opportunity. It's just like when you read a story, and you can read that story over and over again, and every time you read it, there's something else that you glean from it, right? Same story, but different messages coming through that same story. And that's kind of what's playing out here. I agree with all of that, that they just said, Starhawk. They're also offering you an opportunity here as well to release some things that may be it's kind of like a releasing narrative, and this is very positive, but it really has, this narrative really has been kind of guiding your actions, or your, how the manner in which you take actions. And you had the yellow come in as well, and that's that solar plexus. And that brings in, for me, in this dream, something about willpower for you. And so in order to make this move, like moving this huge move to, is it Belize?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to, I don't know, there's a lot playing out in this one. This one's kind of an interesting one. But just to break it down for you, be open to your spirit team coming in to bring some Starhawk, some open energy in that solar plexus, and releasing, shedding that you might not need as you make this move and go to somewhere new. Since I can't talk back and forth with you, it's a little harder to bring this message in more clearly. So it's going to be a little bit more metaphoric and wide, but hopefully you'll understand a little bit what they're saying with the stream for you as well, to add to what they all said. That's a interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
I love how your Starhawk, how your spirit team brought that in for you, though. The pictures and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are so quiet.
It's that thing.
I'm Stacy over here. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
We're good listeners.
Okay.
Well, I was gonna say, actually, this whole time, I'm actually thinking of mine again with the hands, and she's talking about those hands.
Yeah, the hands.
In her dream, and it's messing me up again over here because I'm seeing, I can feel what she's talking about.
Cool.
Yeah.
With those hands and with, in a way, that excitement, because that was the part of the dream where I was like, oh, what's going on here? That excitement behind it, and not really being able to control it too, because I couldn't control those hands. But then that remote viewing too, so I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop talking.
I like how the community, all the comments of the snakes in the community, and Rossi's den with the snake god. I'm gonna look that up.
Mm.
And did you see what Rossi said about the underworld? Sorry. Rossi said Belize was part Mayan civilization. They had a snake god, Kukulkan, who travels Bryn Earth and underworld.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what you guys got. Yeah.
I mean, what happens here is that there's never just one interpretation, and the duality is there to show us in any given moment what we need to see. And it's like none of us are separate from our own or the collective. And so in that, we go into this place where it's like it is a bit kind of hard to talk.
It is, you guys. It is.
It's really, I'll just say that for me, it's really, we're there with you.
Yeah.
So
and it is
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit, it's a bit different to be.
There is so much feeling behind it. It is difficult to put into words. It's hard to explain.
It is. All right. Whose turn?
Oh, Lisa's.
Lisa.
Boy, let's see.
I know.
Hang on.
I gave you a break the last time. No, it's your turn. It came back around to you.
Thank you.
Everybody for being here.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Celebrating the divine masculine and happy Father's Day. Yeah.
And also, everybody, subscribe to everybody's channels. And I've got everybody's channels in the description all the time. So be sure you're checking out what everybody else is doing outside of when the four of us are traveling around. Everybody's doing separate, wonderful things. So check everybody out.
Hugging you, Spirit Whisperer.
Hi, Mark.
Yes.
Marky Mark.
Okay, here's Suzanne.
Hi, Suzanne.
How you doing, Suzanne? Okay. So Suzanne had a flash during a meditation this morning. It had brown ceramic tile floors, a fireplace, and the number 2 written in real time in yellow gold light.
Yellow gold.
That solar plexus coming back in. Okay.
I love the number 2.
Mm-hmm.
2s.
Yeah.
I'm sure Suzanne's still around.
Yeah. I feel here with this, again, has to do with some sort of, for a better word, spiritual work that you are being led into. And the 2 is letting you know that you are not alone and that you are collaborating with your spirit team, or there's a collaboration, so you don't have to do it alone. They're bringing fire to this, fire to the belly, if you will. And this ceramic floor, you have that solid foundation under you, but it also gives me a sense of, again, that shamanic feel to it. I have to leave that to JJ, but that ceramic floor, as soon as I read that, it took me straight to a shamanic feel to that. So those are kind of working through some of the symbols, the yellow gold light. You have that that solar plexus coming in. Wanting to bring, feeling a responsibility to this, like there's a personal calling here with that feel to it, a personal, with that sacral involved there, like a personal responsibility that you feel in regards to this.
That's awesome. I wrote down that recognizing self-worth, sense of purpose, and with that fireplace, that like a driving force, that heat, that energy, along with the brightness of the yellow. It really, you're recognizing a lot here, and your team is alerting you to recognize it, is what I'm getting over here.
I had I have my blue and green pens out, and right at the beginning, as soon as I started to read it, I opened the drawer and they made me take out the red pen. Is brown also connected to the root? Because I'm hearing that it is. There's also the recognition of root chakra in this. They love it when you're in that deep. I pulled the deep quiet, which is the meditation and stillness, and it's the 11 card, which is the number 2. So a validation for you there, Suzanne. It's one of your power centers to be in that stillness, and you can access the same vibration, communication as the dream state as you can in that meditative state. So that sitting in the power, they don't put limitations onto what that can look like for you. So being in that trust, I think, is that grounding of the root. Mula, I forget how to say that. I want to say like Guadalajara, but not Mudalajara or something is the root, I believe. I'm sorry.
I should know that too. We did the chanting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
were very close, I think, with the Mudalajara.
Thank you.
That'll work.
Guadalajara. I was getting, red fire because of the fireplace, and you also need the heat to make the ceramic tiles. And then with the number 2, they were showing me the snake symbol again, which almost gives me like a petroglyph kind of feeling to it as well. So something old that was recorded. I should write this stuff down because I'm all like listening to your stuff and then I forget what I got. Again, it's the, that's what it was. It was the belly healing again. There's a lot of like red in the belly, which also feels like, the color red for me is the warm fire. But then again, it's that healing plane that in Richie's dream that Lisa brought through. It's like, that's more middle earth, middle world. So that's like in the here and now. And what I like, little exercise that I like to do is I see myself and then I just think of this scan that goes out from my middle, and it's a circle. So it goes like everywhere in the middle. And I like to just scan that to see what spirit has to tell me. And it'll either show up like as a little blip that you can get closer to, or a person might show up. It's just this little like radar to just kind of see what spirit wants to tell you. Maybe you can ask, since this was about healing and chakras, you could put that intention on it, and it just goes out around you and just see what you feel.
Barb's Wheel of Fortune said snakes are often pictures in petroglyphs.
Yeah. Yeah. And it would be the snake that is, it's not like a snake on the ground. So if it's in the shape of the two, it's looking almost like kind of like alert, like what's coming, that type of thing.
I was I was told to draw a card, so I drew a card from Kim Intuitive Views deck, and it's a little desk there. You can see that paper on there, and it's education, and the number is 7. Well, it's 52, but 7. So the intention is education. May I find ways to explore the world and learn new things, to express and engage in curiosity, to grow and expand my mind and spirit. So I don't know how that fits in all this, but I just did what I was told.
Nikki, Nikki just reminded me. Can I talk before I forget it again? They brought me, Suzanne, to this area, and there was a lot of pressure, almost like there was a cold, and it went to the spiritual level. So you could also focus on bringing that red color, that heat to this area to open it up, dry things out. It's almost as if you were washing clothes in the river and you put your clothes on the stone to warm them, to dry them. So yeah, if you feel any pressure right here, just work on yourself right there.
I was going to say, Debbie had that number 7 on there. All my life, sometimes the number 7 kind of reminds me of a cobra.
Mm.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess it's my turn. Okay.
Yeah, and we're at an hour already too. So
okay, so Annie Bear had to go. So
And she was saying I've been having some pain and discomfort in my neck. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
Would it be okay too that at the end, if I just did a little throat thing for the throat people? Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. It's a little bit, I should have been looking. Okay, I'm gonna go with, I think this one feels like a good one for kind of everyone. And Constance is here. Hi, Constance. What does it mean in general when dreams contain abstract and or unfamiliar images?
Wow, 4 in a row.
4 in a row. So I thought this would be a good one to kind of have, because it's a good question for everybody, as well as Suzanne. Thank you. Blessings to you.
Thank you, Suzanne. Yeah, anything recurring is generally an alert of some sort, right? It means that something is trying to get your attention if you're getting a recurring dream. So that's part of it, but there's so much more.
Go ahead.
No, go.
You keep having these dreams, and it's just like, this is unfamiliar. This is kind of general here, or whatever. It's like abstract, or however you're saying it. Ask your team to clarify what they want you to focus in on specifically. Like, let them know. Say, I'm trying to understand my dreams, and the images that I'm not seeing, it seems a little abstract. And is there something I need to know? That I would set that up with my team before I go to bed. Secondly, what I'm hearing here is that when you're in your dream state, you're connecting into past lives or different timelines. So it's getting fuzzily in your dreams because it's kind of like how they're showing me is kind of like a glitch in channels where it's kind of like the channel is coming in and out like this. And there's something with that as well. So I'm wondering if in answering this in general, that when this happens and we get these dreams that are kind of abstract and unfamiliar images, it's almost, I feel that we put our foot in another timeline in our dreams. Like it's all connected, right? So whether it's a past life or something, but it's coming through our dream time. And I love how you guys are so silent.
I have a card.
No
I have a card this time.
No help up here, you guys. No help.
We're on this plane.
All right, I'll tell you, it's a new thing. It's so chill or something. So the card I got for you, it says Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So it's like indicative of your team. Am I echoing?
No, Debbie's peeing.
Debbie, girl. The bladder, control it. But yeah, it says Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. So I think this is really saying a lot of what was just mentioned. And it's really important to not just consider yourself to be a receiver of what this stuff is, be an active participant and get in there and do your best to just, as you were instructed, set those intentions before you go night. And while you're in there, see if you can move around, ask the questions, be investigative, start jotting just a little bit of something down, because I think a lot of what you're calling abstract and unfamiliar is actually a symptom of your frustration. I think the messages are probably clear, but they seem abstract to you because you're kind of fighting against it a little bit. Just go with it. And like I said, everything in your dream, think of it not in terms of it's happening to you. Think of it in terms of it's a part of you, and you're working with your team, your guides, and all that. And you can get a better open communication with what's coming in, and those symbols will start making sense, and sounds and smells and all that good stuff. And it'll take a little time, but I think you're right there. I feel good about it. I think you're right there.
Yeah,
but that's what I've got.
I'm enthusiastically breaking into this. How is this? How's this energy? So they brought me back to the river where somebody was washing their clothes and they put it on a rock. They also want me to show you that the river has a tree right next to it. And there's different clothing. It doesn't belong to you, but there's clothing that has dried and is waiting for somebody. And they were talking about how they're like, try some of that on and just see how it fits. You can always put it right back. You don't have to wear it forever or take that on, but just there's several pieces. There's more than 4 pieces there. So yeah, just try different things. And if we're talking about the dream time, since it's come 4 times, just again, like what Debbie was saying, go ahead and go in there and, just try one thing on. Think about that before you go to bed.
And Richie's here, by the way.
Did I wake everybody up?
That was awesome.
Okay.
That was fabulous.
What they all said.
Yes. So Richie's in the house. So Richie, you'll have to rewatch from the beginning. I feel like it was one of the first ones, maybe the second dream we read.
Wayne put in there.
You have to watch the whole thing, Richie.
You have to start from the beginning, watch the whole thing, because you weren't here.
Mm-hmm.
That's your punishment.
Yeah. You have to watch us. That's your punishment.
Yeah, the glitching makes sense too. Oh, thank you, Constance. Yeah. Okay.
Did we want to do the throat healing or?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can I do that?
Yeah.
And it's also the pressure in the ear as well. So it's going to be working on this area, and you guys can everybody in the community that's here now, or somebody that comes in later, just think about we're doing colors and healing in dreams, or healing in that time where our brain is quiet. So let's just quiet our brains and feel your feet. If you're sitting, just feel the connection to earth. You can also, if you're laying down, just feel your connection to earth. They want to unlock something in the throat because they're showing me that there's a keyhole. And they're talking about how dreamtime can open this up. Like when the butterfly emerges from the cocoon. And they're saying it's so beautiful when you're in the dream time, because just like how the snake feels all the vibrations that's close by, or maybe in a distance away, they're talking about even how the caterpillar has all of these different things on it that could also feel things as it goes along. They're saying in the dream time that we're able to do that. We can sense differently, and we can feel differently. And just to honor that and be aware of that. So they're just clearing some energy with those symbols and tunnels that Lisa and I saw. And it kind of ties into the healing light that happens tonight. Just opening it up. And even for the people who have colds, just making sure that we're opening up those places. Our sinuses, our ears. They're talking about how drainage needs to happen. And as a metaphor, they're talking about how water can sit in different spots, or like with a cold and something needs to drain. Is that sometimes it's hard to add in what we're really seeking in our heart space if there's not room for that. And so they're actually like, if you're thinking about the earth and the puddle, they're like, they're drilling a hole so those things can drain. So for our sinuses and our ears, just seeing all of that draining, if it's appropriate at this time. Anything in our body that would like to be released as far as pain, to let the healing in. Just seeing it draining right down into the earth. And just thanking all the animals that showed up today. Some of them were the turtle, the rabbits, the snakes, the ants, and all of the colors. Several people saw yellow in their dreams. There was yellow gold, white gold, red, brown several times, red several times, orange, and all the other colors for healing in the chakras. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for everybody for putting your dream, writing your dreams in. We encourage you to keep a dream journal and follow these messages that your team is and healing that your team is bringing in for you as you sleep. And again, you can do this when you're awake.
Yes, you can.
Dan did, but but it goes to show you it's it's that same state that we go into, and so you wonder why we're all kind of spacey. Well, we kind of go into that state, and so it is a little different. So that, anyways, just wanted to encourage you all to take it to the next level.
Yes, and everybody, please hit the like button and leave comments afterward. And as I said in the description, I've got everybody's channel in there all the time. So check out what everybody's doing. And
next week we're on the couch, on Kevin's couch.
We are.
for the personal stuff.
Personal readings next week,
Mm-hmm.
on Kevin's couch.
And later this evening, everybody, now we're streaming all our channels, right? For
Tonight,
healing
For
later.
the prayer time. Mhm.
Yeah. So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time, everybody on all of our channels, and whoever else is going to join. If you would like to participate in that healing session, highly recommended. It's wonderful. Something Kevin originated, and it's catching on. Everybody's really interested in participating in that. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to take a little downtime, because not everybody's doing that on their own. So,
So you can stand in the energy for yourself, or you can stand in that energy in the gap, so to speak, for someone else that you're, wanting to bring healing and light to for whatever reason. So it can be your own, it can be for someone else that you're standing in the gap for.
Yeah. You can be the surrogate.
I am getting, because of the butterfly that came through, I'm getting that people's wings are coming out. And if you ever watch like the butterfly, when it comes out of the cocoon, it has to vibrate a little bit.
So it looks like kind of
So,
love
yeah.
that. All right, guys.
Nancy, thank you. All right, blessings, everyone. We will see you.
See you later on, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Hugs, big group hug.